was like, did I just get bamboozled? The whole time I'm watching the show, I'm like, I think I might need to go to therapy because I had so many doubts about this character. Hi, Annie friends. I have gathered us all here today to let you know that I am officially seeking therapy after watching one of the cutest animes that I have watched in a very, very long time. A Sign of Affection has completely stolen my heart. We've got some stuff to talk about with this one because as much as I loved how cute it was, there were some issues that I had. The makeup look that I'm gonna go for today is this one, and it's sort of like reminded me of the manga cover for A Sign of Affection. It's like orangish, and they also have like pink and yellow, and it's kind of like a spectrum basically. I have like literally one makeup palette with all these colors. Okay, so for those that are new that maybe are just finding A Sign of Affection from this video, the story follows a girl, Yuki, who is in college and pretty much navigating her day-to-day struggles as a collegiate student, but the biggest thing about it is that she is deaf, so she cannot hear. Where we first meet her is on a train. She is headed to what I believe was class, I think that day maybe, and then this other guy walks up. Our other main character, Itsuomi, swoops in and says, hey, what's going on? And then that's when we see Yuki sign thank you to Itsuomi, and that's sort of where our story begins between the two of them. And I'm trying not to spoil too much, but honestly the rest of this video is probably going to be full of spoilers, so if that's all you wanted, go watch the show, come back to this video. The story is not slow. You could tell the mangaka for this one was an adult with some romantic history because they wanted us to get the tea fast, okay? With that being said, y'all, I've got a couple of points that I want to cover about the show, starting off with Itsuomi Nagi, our lovely white hair boy who I have immediately fallen in love with entirely, right? From the minute this show introduced us to Itsuomi, I was super doubtful that he was a genuine character to Yuki. From the beginning, he is very popular. Like, we see so often there's a ton of people who love Itsuomi, and I'll probably call him Itsu every now and then just because I think that's a cute nickname. But there's a ton of people who just love Itsuomi. Like, he is so popular. People just flock to him in the quarters and in the cafeterias and in the little hangout lounges that college students use around campus. Like, he is such a popular dude. And I was just like, girl, like, you just met this man. Like, how do you already have feelings for him? Like, what are you talking about? But anyways, she's like, oh my gosh, I actually love his brother. Apparently, they both work at this bar, Itsuomi and his brother, Kyo. And I was like, wait, they're gonna go to the bar after they just met? In real life, I just don't feel like this strategy is realistic. Like, I feel like girls are punished for this. But anyways, so they go to the bar. You can tell from immediate, Rin is like so nervous. Her face, she's just worked up. It's just so cute. She has the biggest crush on this guy. And Itsuomi is he's so gentle and like protective around her, because he wants to understand more about sign language, essentially. And the interesting part about it is he speaks like 3 different languages or something like that. At first, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I thought he was just giving Playboy vibes because he wanted to get a leg up on Yuki. Like, I was like, oh no, this guy is not serious. Like, he is just trying to use my girl to further his ambitions of learning more languages. If he was gonna play her, I was gonna lose my mind. Like, there was no Itsuomi in my mind. And I see people in the comments and they're just like in love, because I watched it on Crunchyroll, you know, where you can see everybody's comments and stuff. And I was just like, nah, like, this ain't going down like this. If this man tries it with her, like, he's literally going to have to see me. In the end of the night, they're hanging out and Itsuomi offers to walk Yuki home. he kind of grabs her hand and they start walking together down the street. And then because the whole goal of the night was for the girls to try to get the boy's contact information. And all I can think about while I'm watching this part is like, girl, you do not need his contact information. What are you talking about? He needs to ask you for yours. Just like, again, therapy. Like, seek it. If you want something, go after it, is what this show taught me. Yuki eventually musters the courage up to ask him for his contact information. Itsuomi, being the kind of guy he is, he accepts this and they exchange contact information. As Yuki is like walking away, he gets to the point where he says, "Let me into your world." Huh? Yuki, let me into your world? What? And so after that, I kind of started to warm up to the idea that maybe he's being genuine. The whole show, I'm just like, no, like I don't know if he's being serious. And you know, that might be a real testament to how I experience dating in my real life, even though I don't feel like that's the case, and I don't feel like anybody has given me the Itsuomi treatments. If y'all have, listen, let me know, ladies, because I need to know how you did it. Did you take the Yuki approach and put your feelings out there first, or did you let him come to you first? Let me know something. And y'all, this guy for the rest of the show does absolutely everything in his physical power to show us that he is head over heels for Yuki. He asked her to be his girlfriend, and when I tell you, I had tears blowing out of his eyes the way this man was signing. He was learning sign language on his own time, and every time Yuki came back to him to see him, he had more sign language learned. The effort, the energy, he ended up being such a genuine character. And the thing I also really liked about him was that he's very attentive to our sweet Yuki more than anything else. He really seemed like he was trying to keep her updated on his travels because he loves to travel and visit other countries. Next. Okay, a lot of people felt like Oshi really was a best friend. That was not my take on it. Oshi was more of a childhood acquaintance. He just gave like annoying acquaintance that will not go away. It's like he always observed her. I could tell that Yuki didn't really share that same impression of him because he did come off as like very cold. He started warming up a lot in the show only after Itsuomi made his decision to love Yuki. Don't start loving me after you see somebody else wants me. Be yourself. Like, be yourself. I really loved in the show how Itsuomi tried to befriend Oshi, but Oshi was not having that, y'all. Oshi was like, no, I don't like you, playboy. Like, you trying to take my girl. And Oshi even says it after they go out. And I just love the interaction between the characters because it felt so like real. Like sometimes like when a show has too much prophetic writing, it's just like a little overwhelming and doesn't seem like natural. But this show just felt so realistic. Like the way the love is professed, the way the characters like are kind of going at it a little bit about being nervous and having crushes and stuff. It's very cute. Okay, now onto a couple side characters that I truly did not care for. Well, just one mostly, not two, because I actually like the guy. Emma. When I tell you Emma can kick the most rocks, the whole time the show spent, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She is the prettiest girl. She is very cute. Don't get me wrong. But y'all, I was like, this is a pretty girl with the ugliest personality. She is like throwing herself onto Itsuomi. The moment we first meet her, when she comes into the Nagi Brothers bar, I would have made a pass for it that one time because she was drunk. The show goes on to explain to us how this is who she is. Like, this is what she does. She has been doing that to Itsuomi since high school. Girl, stand up. Like, stand up. She showed up to Itsuomi's doorstep in the middle of the night. She's like waiting for him to get home. And like, oh, I'm just gonna stay over. Is that okay? Girl, excuse me, what? You're just gonna stay over? No, that's not okay, ma'am. Like, take your stuff and go home. But Itsuomi, this is another reason why I said, okay, I have completely misjudged this man. He is a forest of green flags, y'all. He says, you know what? You can stay at my place and I'm going to go. I was like, what is this man gonna do? Is he gonna show us that he's actually a playboy, or is he really going to show us that he is about what he is about? And y'all, in that moment, he showed us that he is about what he is about. Okay? Every time I wanted to not believe in Itsuomi because he gave me player vibes, he showed me that he is a forest of green flags. Even as I'm making this video, I'm in disbelief. I didn't want Yuki to have a heartbreak of the century. One night, Yuki and Itsuomi are hanging out, right? Well, Emma comes over again to Itsuomi's place. She says, then she turns around and Itsuomi is giving her the biggest glare. Like, he's so mad at her for trying to do that. And I was like, green flag, green flag, green flag, green flag. Man, when I tell you, I was like, I cannot stand this girl. Like, I can't believe she tried that. That was so icky. You are so desperate. Like, this man will never want you. That's enough on Emma. Like, y'all, I really do not like Emma. I'm saying it. I want to make it clear. I do not like her. Hopefully, Shin will come to the realization that she is not the type of girl that he should be with. Like, I want better for him. I also think that if Emma doesn't really actually want Shin, like, she should let him go about his business. So there's just one last point that I really wanted to talk about on the show, which is personally I feel like the most important point. Yuki's pursuit of Itsuomi. I just didn't feel like it's realistic. And maybe there's a cultural difference in Japan and I'm not like completely familiar with like how they do things there. But some of the things she was doing, I feel like guys today would have been like, no. Realistically, they would have given her the Emma treatment. Would girls actually be rewarded? And again, I probably need to research some Japanese cultures, the way they do things, but it just didn't seem real to me. Like, I was like, I don't think I would ever do some of the things she's doing. But you could definitely make the case that she's not really chasing him, because to say that someone's chasing someone implies that they're running from you. That is my thoughts on A Sign of Affection. It has definitely become one of my obsessions. And I'm also probably going to pick up the manga because I didn't realize how much I would love this show until I watched it. And yeah, this is the final makeup. I think I did pretty good. I don't know, what do y'all think? Did I do justice to the lady? I hope so. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hey, if you did enjoy it, consider leaving a like and subscribing so you don't miss next week's Blur Bae Thursday. And if you did enjoy this video, you might also enjoy this video right over here where I talk about my new manga collection that I just started. I'll see you next week for another episode on this channel. So until then, bye!